I'm meeting you today on Forza Horizon 4 for a new video. A video where we're going to look at a car in Forza Edition. The Peugeot 205 T16, which we got with the Pro S boost via last week's Forzathon, a car that is for the moment. Since I haven't changed anything at all on this Forza Edition, that is to say, I haven't made any adjustments or modifications at the level of a disperf, nor at the level of performance parts. We are already on a car that develops 610 horsepower for 1,005 kilograms, with a torque of 670 Nm, which is huge for such a light car. So, we're going to take a little look at what we can do for it. In terms of improvement, if it's possible, to improve it even more, and we'll also look after if it's possible to customize it a little bit in terms of aesthetics. And then, we'll go test it on a rally race. I think we'll do the gauntlet with this car, just to see a little bit what time we can make with a rally monster like this. It's possible it's already maxed out with performance parts, so it will be a bit of a surprise for me. With this video, I get the impression that indeed, we already have the race kit on quite a few items. Hop! So we can put even more emphasis on the race turbo, the race thermal exchanger, which in turn gives a power of 558 kilowatts, which makes 760 horses for 1,013 kilograms. Still, it's quite a monster, and we'll be able to further reduce the weight with the improvement of 3 things. So, indeed, we can improve the car in terms of handling, apparently by removing the safety roll bar, which seems a bit crazy to me. But why not? Possibly. I'm looking at the stats a little bit. Indeed, we seem to have a better 0 to 60, so yeah, why not? Okay. In terms of transmission, is it already maxed out? And there's a good chance that's the case, though. Yep, the tires, the rubber, Horizon Race, go. To have even more traction. We already have the rear tires fully upgraded. The rims, we might just leave them as they are now. It seems pretty stylish to me. Maybe take the size a little bit above, although no, it won't look very good. See? Even if we want to go crazy, we can set the size below to lose a little more weight. Why not? So, then, in terms of aesthetics and everything that goes with it, we have it. We have the possibility to give him the basic kit, which I would honestly do, since here, in fact, we have the types of races to climb, I believe, of race, of rally. The fact is that, basically, the 205 still has a crazy look, and I think it's a bit of a shame to murder it, so to speak, with this big, wide kit. In fact, I'm okay with it for the side skirts, since it gives it a bit more of a grounded look. At a stretch, the stylish Peugeot hood. But like this, it looks completely normal, even though clearly the steps aren't level, so we can turbocharge it. Quite an intriguing web rally, and we can put them in propus, but what must be particularly horrible with a car like this? So we're not going to put them in propus, we're going to leave it in 4-wheel drive. We're going to take a little tour through the paint shop and the settings. Firstly, to give it a little more top speed, because right now it's a bit lacking, so we're going to push the sliders a bit to the left, just to have at least 310 kilometers per hour. That would be nice. With a top speed of 312, you don't need that much for a rally, but 310 would be nice. The tires seem to be not too bad. We'll take a quick look at that. But the pressure is basic. The springs are fine. We can raise the ground clearance by about 1 centimeter, just because. Not to be too slowed down by the water, if there is any. And then, it seems pretty good to me. It's a basic setting, but it should already be enough to make a good time. Then, we could change its paint. As for which color, I don't know. The other time I saw one of my subscribers when we had a little session. A subscriber who ended up with this car in a really distinctive color. In this kind of color. And I thought it was pretty stylish. It's a bit like the 206 Junior of the time. There were some pretty random colors. She has a massive look. In the Forza edition, this car is really stylish, although I'm not necessarily a fan of that edition. We might go for a green to change things up a bit, or a red. But red, we use it so often. Or a rosé red. I don't mind that too much, that. It's a bit pink. Okay, maybe put a little bit more into the red. It seems pretty good to me like that. With the rest, totally original. We'll see how it performs on the track. On the Gauntlet circuit, which is the longest race, so to speak, in rally. Just to see a little bit what it's worth. On that, it should be very, very violent. This car, given the power ratio we have, it should really be monstrous. Phew. So, wait. We're just going to take a little stop, a little break. The thumbnail picture. It doesn't seem bad to me like this. And so, we're going to go to the Gauntlet. It's okay, we're right next to it. Plus, it's perfect. Oh! Ah, yeah. Oh. The acceleration, it's nonsense. We can line up many recent sports cars here. I'll be honest, this is the Forza edition of this car. And off we go for the Gauntlet race, indeed. And the Megane RS there is the Chiron, there is the Rowing, there is not the EB110, which however is the rising sign in S2 without too much problem. So what does our 205 give a little? We're going to try to separate ourselves a bit from the pack because, honestly, the boots can sometimes be very annoying. Not necessarily hard on wheat, but in the sense that he hits quite a bit, or he breaks a lot of trajectories, or he closes the doors. And that's annoying. We'll try to do this quickly, without them, so we can peacefully discuss the car. Then, to know that obviously, I will make another video on the 10.5 T16, normal once I have unlocked it in normal version, finally once I have bought it or got it for free, or other in normal version. Because right now, for the moment, I only have the Forza edition, I don't have the edition, I don't have the Classic edition. You can buy an advisor. I don't have it yet, but when I do, you can count on me. It's still a car that I really appreciate. It's really beautiful. It was from TCL. I find it really beautiful. After me, obviously, we don't have the same tastes. Some might not like it, but I do. And there you have it. We managed to overtake. Monsters like a Veyron or Chiron, we can't catch up to a Megane. All is well. Honestly, this car has a crazy acceleration, as you can see. It really has very good sides, but it also has a very bad side. It's its braking distances and its overreactivity. In fact, it's so small and so nervous that at the slightest little turn of the wheel, at the slightest little bit of skidding or whatever, it becomes a nightmare to catch up. It's a really complicated car. Only because a wheelbase as small as this, it's very, 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 very complicated. So here, we might just double it after all. One moment or the other, oops. Come on, let me pass. There we go. Perfect. And so now we can focus a bit more on the trajectory. We're already a quarter of the way through the race. It took us 22% of the race to overtake everyone, but it might not be over, as we seem to be quite fond of the Megane. Honestly, the 205/16 is truly a monster. Don't remind me that it was that impressive. On Horizon 3 and on Motorsport 7, So, obviously, the base 205 Classic, it's really not a sports car. But the T16, it's still something. And the T16 that we have in this version, I feel like it's already overboosted. Anyway, we are really in what was the best at the time in French sports car. In any case, for rally or hill climb racing, it's just the brakes that are not crazy on this Forza Horizon version. The little drift. But we chain quite well. The chassis is so rigid, I think we did well to raise it a little bit, because I already have there, I honestly think, much too rigid, I think, for old fraud. Fortunately, the car is not too low, as that would have been much simpler. Of course, we're not bad. We're not bad. We're going to try to win the race, to win some money, but above all, we're going to try to do the best for us possible with your cars. Oh nice, the little shortcut which is going rather well. It lacks a bit of other French cars, even on Horizon 4, for a game that takes place not so far from France. It does lack a bit, indeed, of French classics, like the Attraction, like the 405, F16, or others. Even DS from DS 1000 the Citroën with 1000 Acerati engines. There are quite a few French cars that could be really simple, practical, even to the point of putting back a 504 Cabriolet that wouldn't be too criminal, but, I mean, he could also put several recent French cars, because there are a lot of new French cars that are very, very, very beautiful, which are a bit absent from these games. Especially the latest Alpine Renault, which is really almost comparable to a Porsche Cayman for less money, which is also very, very beautiful. I find in any case, we also have the whole new range of Renault and Peugeot. Like the 508, like the Talisman, which are good cars, which are certainly not comparable to German sedans, because we don't have the power to follow. In any case, for these cars, I don't know the attack. We must have maybe a 5.6 finish. V6, 0.71 gallons, or maybe 0.79 gallons. With a turbo. We must have a version that can do around 240 horsepower. I think the 508, we have a version of 250 horsepower, it seems to me. It exists. Though not as good as an M5, they are very stylish and have a great look. Like, for example, at Citroën 2, we could potentially find the XM, the Xantia, and Activa version, with the four-wheel steering, with the special suspensions and all. A car that is completely crazy in turns. And we could also find recent ones at Citroën, possibly the latest DS Crossback, which are quite beautiful cars. Since we're not at the games, it's true that it lacks a bit of French for an event taking place so close to France. For once, it's not like Kudu's Source. We don't have any French cars in the United States except for classic ones, which aren't very popular. But for something that takes you to Scotland, which is really not far, it's a shame we don't have more French ones. However, it's so light that at the slightest obstacle, you lose me live. The Hypo-Laveran caught up with me while I was driving at 80 kilometers per hour. It's a bit annoying, and now it's a problem. Oh, la 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 la, it's so overreactive. This car, it's really horrible. I assure you, I'm trying to regain control and losing it. It's a bit blurry. We're going to go back to the inside view. It might help me catch up a bit. Okay, let's try to focus. 20% of the race, it's still good to win it, not to win a lot of cash. And to influence. The brakes that are insufficient, That's the big problem with this car. The brakes that are lagging really don't allow the car to stop quickly enough. That, combined, a super small, super light car. It's very complicated, especially since I'm playing without the bullshit. So as soon as there's a big braking to do, I have to go gradually. In addition, so it's complicated. Honestly, I gave up the idea of driving cleanly there because it's just impossible. It's crazy that the Aveyron, it put us to the fine in rally, what the fuck, the Aveyron or the Chiron? I'm not going to pay attention, I think it's the Aveyron. That... I tried a pirouette. To overtake him, well, we took the first break in a not very legitimate way, it's true. Pop. And we're going to try to finish as winners now. Due to the fault, one of the tanks loses inertia, significantly slowing us down. Come on, the final straight line. And it's over. Well, honestly, it's quite fun to drive, but it's quite difficult to drive. It's very, 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 very dynamic. Way too dynamic. It has a crazy acceleration, a very decent max speed for a rally car. However, the braking is a bit lacking. Even on the Forza edition, it doesn't seem to be great at that level. And there you have it. After that, well, it remains a legendary model. It's a model that is also offered if you do the Forza 3 trials, so it's pretty cool to hold this kind of little model. Well, I hope you had a good little time. Sorry in front of this video, don't hesitate of course to like it if that's the case, to comment on it, to subscribe. If you are new to the channel, and you love this video, don't hesitate to take a little look at what else we do, and then to give your opinion, always in the comments. Well, know that if you're interested, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch via the links in the description and comments. And know that if you're interested, you can also support the channel on TP, and by using our instant gaming link, which will allow you to buy your games at the best price while doing... The channel earns a small commission when you purchase a game through this link. That's all for now, ending the video here. See you soon, take care everyone, goodbye.